are here in person. Thank you so much for your association this morning. So today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, Chapter 11, and verses which we are covering today are 24 to 28. But before that, as always, we are going to sing this beautiful bhajan Jai Radha Madhava by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So let's just start. Jaya Radha.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, I'm sorry.
Now you're good. Now we can hear you. You were muted.
My connection just went off.
Oh, okay.
Here. Yeah, maybe Vrindavaneshwari is going to do it with the tripod because I'm not sure with the connection yet.
Don't leave on and we should be good to go. Okay. We good. Yeah, that's good. It's good. Okay, good. Can everyone hear okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry for all these technical difficulties. Okay. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवन चारी यमुना तीरवन चारी यमुना तीरवन चारी वन चारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा शरद बिहारी राधा शरद बिहारी राधे राधा शरद बिहारी राधा शरद बिहारी राधे जय राधा शरद बिहारी राधा शरद बिहारी राधे शरद बिहारी राधा शरद बिहारी राधे जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotarshat Shri Srimati Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotarshat Shri Srimati Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, भक्तिमती तुलसी महारानी की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री श्री गुरु। My computer is not working. Internet is not working here. Can to thought. Srimad Bhagavatam from outside. So somehow I connected to the internet this morning here in the temple room with my laptop, but it went off. It's not working. So bear with me. Vrindavaneshwari is bringing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd book. So let's just start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Thank you, devotees, for joining us this morning. So we are reading from Canto 3rd, Chapter 11, Calculation of Time from the Atom. And today we are covering text 24 to text 28. So maybe we can do the repetition or for only one verse, and rest of the verses I am going to read as well as the translation and purport. Text 24th. Swam, 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 repetition. Swam. Kalam manur bhungte sadikam hi eka saptami swam swam kalam manur bhungte sadikam hi ek saptami swam swam kalam manur bhungte sadikam hi ek saptami. Anyone online want to recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna
No.
Mataji.
Yeah. Let me. Swam swam kalam manur bhunkte sadhikam hi ek saptatim. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Swam kalam manurbhakti sadhikaho pasamtitam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, maybe anyone from the temple room? Any, Prabhuji, you want to recite?
No.
You want to?
Hare Krishna. Sam Sam Kalam Manu Bhunte Sadikam Eka Saptatim.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, I don't have that. Okay. Synonyms. Swam, own, swam, accordingly. Kalam, duration of life. Manuhu, manu. Bhunkte, enjoys. Sa, adhikam, a little more than. He, certainly. Eka saptatim, 71. Translation. Each and every Manu enjoys a life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 millenniums. Purport. The duration of life of a Manu comprises 71 sets of 4 millenniums, as described in the Vishnu Purana. The duration of life of one Manu is about 852,000 years in the calculation of the demigods or in the calculation of human beings. 306.72 million years. Text 25th. Manvantareshu manavas tadvamsya rashishashura bhavanti chaiva yugapad bhavanti chaiva yugapad surasheshanu ye chatan. Manu Antreshu, after the dissolution of each and every Manu, Manavaha, other Manus, Tat Vamsyaha, and their descendants, Risheha, the 7 famous sages, Suraha, devotees of the Lord, Bhavanti, flourish, Sha Eva, also all of them, Yugapat, simultaneously, Sura Ishaha, demigods like Indra, Cha, and Anu, followers, Ye, all, Cha, also, Tan, them. Translation. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order, along with his descendants who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Purport. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and each of them has different descendants. Text 26. Esha dena dinam sargo brahmastrailokyya vartana triyana narpitri devanam sambhavo yatra karmabhi. Translation. In the creation during Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems, Swarga, Mritya, and Patala, revolve, and the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, and demigods and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. Text 27. Manvantareshu Bhagavan Vibrat Satvam Swamurtibhi Manv Adhivir Idam Vishwam Avati Udita Purushaha. Translation. In each and every chain of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations as Manu and others. Thus, he maintains the universe by discovered power. Text 28. Tamo matram upadhyaya prati samudra vikramaha kale na bhutastesha asta tushrin dinatayanti yaye. Translation. At the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universes merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution and everything is silent. Purport. By His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This verse is an explanation of the night of Brahma, which is the effect of the influence of time in touch with an insignificant portion of the modes of material nature in darkness. The dissolution of the 3 worlds is effected by the incarnation of darkness, Rudra, represented by the fire of eternal time, which blazes over the 3 worlds. These 3 worlds are known as Bhu, Bhuva, and Swaha, Patala, Mritya, and Swarga. The innumerable living entities merge into that dissolution, which appears to be the dropping of the curtain of the scene of Supreme Lord's energy. And so everything becomes silent. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pachati Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Before starting any discussion, I would like to seek blessings from all the Vaishnavas present in the assembly. And this calculation of time from the atom, what we are reading, is a bit technical topic. And usually I start my discussion by glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam. But today, because of technical difficulties, so many things happen. But still, Srimad Bhagavatam is uh, Srimad Bhagavatam is declared by Shukdev Goswami as the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. Nigama Kalpataru Galitam Phalam. Galitam Phalam means ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature. So when we are taking the fruit of the tree, and this fruit is very, very juicy, relishable. Pibat Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Drink this Bhagavat with Rasamalayam, which is full of juice, nectar. So this Bhagavatam Mahapuran describes 10 characteristics. Usually we call this Bhagavatam as Navalakshana. Navalakshana means which Srimad Bhagavatam described 9 characteristics just to glorify the 10th Lakshana or the 10th characteristics, which is Ashraya Tattva. In Canto 2nd, chapter 10, verse number 1, we have read 10 topics of Srimad Bhagavatam. And these 10 topics are Atra Sargasya Visargascha, Sthanam Poshanam Utihi, Manavantar Ishanukata, Nirodha Mukti, Ashraya. So we can see that all these 10 topics are appearing throughout Srimad Bhagavatam in 12 cantos in certain proportions. And that's the verdict of Jiva Goswami. He is saying about this, that all these 10 topics are appearing in Srimad Bhagavatam in some proportion. And all these 9 topics we just discussed, right? Sarga, Visarga, Sthanam, Poshanam, Utihi, Manavantari, Ishanukata, Nirodha Mukti. So all these 9 topics are there just to glorify the 10th topic or bring the importance of the 10th topic, which is Ashraya Tattva, the supreme shelter or the supreme Lord. So no matter where we are reading, what we are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is going to culminate only with one fact, that the supreme shelter is so supreme that he is the source, shelter, sustainer, and maintainer of everything. Now that we are reading calculation of time from the atom, many times we think why this has been recorded in Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning. Yes, there is a discussion between Maitreya Rishi and Vidura is going on, and Vidura asked this question prior to this chapter from Maitreya Muni about the time, and he's mentioned that this time is the manifestation, supreme manifestation, or the manifestation of the supreme absolute truth. So I want to know more about it. And in briefly, Maitreya Rishi, he described the characteristics of time in chapter 10. Very briefly, that this time is indestructible and this time is eternal, just like the Supreme Lord, and this time is the potency of this Supreme Lord. But in this particular chapter, chapter 11, calculation of time, very explicitly, in a very detailed manner, the time has been described. And why it has been described, we will get to know at the end of this chapter. So, and I'm going to discuss that here in our discussion today. But let's just start with the context of this verse. So we have seen till now, Maitreya Muni has explained that time and space are two correlative terms. And time is a very subtle element. I'm going to try my best to explain this because it's difficult, but please bless me. Okay, so time is a very, very subtle element. And the matter, for in order to describe time, divisions of matter has been explained from the first verse of this chapter. Divisions of matter has been explained because time is being calculated or measured um, in terms of movement of sun when the sun covers a certain space of atom. So when atom is there as one of the principles in calculating this subtle time. So that's why division of matter is explained in starting from the first verse. And what is the division of matter? So this matter, Pramanu, they are saying Parmanu is the smallest of any atom we can think of. We cannot see this Parmanu. We cannot divide this atom. This atom or the smallest particle of this matter is indivisible, indestructible, and also invisible. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his commentary in the first verse of this chapter, he's saying we can see sun in sun rays, we can see molecules, right? And when we see molecules, right, when sun rays and light, then we can see molecules. So these molecules, we think, okay, one of the molecule is the smallest atom. One of the molecule is the smallest atom. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that this molecule, if you divide this molecule into parts, so 1/4 of this part of this molecule is, let me just double check if it is 1/4 or in size, this molecule, a sixth part of that light, sorry, not fourth, a sixth part of that light particle is called Parmanu. So imagine that molecule which we can see with our eyes. If we divide that molecule, the sixth part of that molecule is Parmanu, which we can never see. And this Parmanu, one molecule is equal to 6 of those Parmanus. That's why we are able to see, because these Parmanus combine with each other. These small, small atoms, 6 atoms, Parmanus combine, and that's one molecule. That's what, that's the Parmanu. And that's the smallest particle of the matter. So the time sun takes, to cover that space of one Parmanu is called Parmanu time. That's called Parmanu time, the smallest time. Sometimes we think, okay, seconds, seconds is the smallest unit, but no, seconds come much, much later, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then in the next sloka, Maitreya Muni is describing the maximum size of a matter. So what happened? We have read the process of creation in previous chapters, right? And we have seen how from Pradhana Mahatattva comes, and from Mahatattva, this false ego comes, and this false ego in different three modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, the creation happens. And the creation happens, we have seen gross elements comes, tanmatras or the subtle elements come. So this all together, pranavayus come, pranavayu come, mind comes, sense devtas come. So all this together forms 23 elements. And now these 23 elements for the material universe, right? And from the material universe, and we have seen in previous chapters in Canto 2nd and in Canto 3rd also, 3.7 especially, 3.6, 3.7, and 2.7, 2.8 in Canto 2nd, the process of creation. So when annihilation happens, so annihilation is also of 4 types. We call pralaya. Annihilation in Hindi or in Sanskrit language is called pralaya. So this pralaya is of 4 types. And this pralaya has been explained in Canto 12th, chapter 4, 12.4. 4 types of inhalation happen. Now, in order to explain that Param Mahan, I have to explain the 4 types of inhalation. I'm going to explain this 4 types of inhalation when the part of Manu comes, because it's the topic of discussion for today. But when the inhalation comes and the total inhalation goes on, then all the elements wrap around like, they came earlier in the form of creation. So everything wrapped around. Like, I'm sitting on a carpet, and when I'm done, I'm just walking it out. I'm rolling the carpet and taking it with myself. So when the inhalation, one of the 4 types of inhalation happen, everything all the elements get destroyed, everything get wrapped on, and there is again everything just merged into Param Mahat, or sorry, Mahatattva. And that is the biggest matter. And no activity is performed in this matter. So that this that para, and that's the time to cover that space of matter. Means this matter just goes back into the Lord. So the time covered to take that matter, the biggest time is called Param Mahan time. So we have discussed 2 things, Parmanu time and Param Mahan. I know this is a bit of a difficult topic, but I mean, this is the topic, right? And this has been explained just for it has a reason behind it. And as I said, when we finish this chapter, we get to know, oh, that's why they are explaining it. So going further, we have seen that, 2 Parmanus make Anu. And then 3 Anus I have written on. 3 Anus make 1 Tres Anu. And so many things we have seen up till the year. And how our 12 months are described. So if anyone wants to read, we can go from verse number 5 to 15. All these terminologies of time has been explained in Canto 3rd, chapter 11. But today, because that's not what we are discussing. So after discussing all these, Vidurji, he asked again, okay, you have described me about the time of this material world, not material world, of this earthly planet. Now, what about the lifetime of those people who are living in the upper planetary system? And when we talk about upper planetary system, then we are counting Brahmalokas. How many planetary systems are there? 14. How many planetary systems are there? I just said 14. Okay. So Satyaloka, Satyaloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, Maharloka. These are all called planets where great sages, tapasvis, or people who perform austerities lives, right? So these are, Vidura asked the question. Vidura is asking question in verse 16 to 17 that what happened to them when the dissolution happened, and also the timeline of their existence. Now, Maitreya has explained the timeline on this earthly planet, 12 years, how it has been calculated. He has given, and all the terminologies I said from 5 to 15 we can do. Now, in order to explain the lifetime of Brahmaji, so all the sages, all the munis who are residing in those 4 planets, they have the same age as Brahmaji. So in order to explain the life span of Brahmaji, with Maitreya Muni is explaining about yugas. So what is the duration of Kali Yuga? Yes.
432,000 years.
Yes. The duration of Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Hmm? And for Devatas, it is 1200 years. Because the time, how time functions, time is very prominent in this earthly in this earthly planets and also under the cavity of the earth. So when time moves up, time loses its frequency, or we can say time gets slower and slower and slower. So in the Swarga Lokas, time goes lesser. So according to Devata years, it's 1200 Devata years of Kali Yuga. Devata means demigods who are residing in Swarga Loka. Huh? So let's just talk about our human years, not go to that Devata Lok, because it is going to be more confusing there. Okay. So Dwapar Yuga is going to be multiplied by 2. 432,000 multiplied by 2 is how much? 864,000. And then Treta Yuga is how much? Multiply by 3. Multiply by 3. So how much is that? 1,296,000 years. And what is the Satyuga? Multiply by 4. 432,000 multiplied by 4 gives you 1,728,000 years. 1 million, sorry. 1,728,000 years. So total of that comes out to be how much? 432, 403,20,000 years. So 4,320,000 years, 4.32 billion years, right? So this is one Chatur Yuga cycle. In one Chatur Yuga, we have how many yugas? 4. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So we just calculated, right? 4.32 billion. So this is one Yuga cycle, or one Chatur Yuga cycle we call. Now multiply this with 1,000 years. Multiply this with 1,000 years. When we multiply this with 1,000 years, how much we get? I think 4 billion, and 32, 4 billion, 4.32 billion. That much is the calculation. So this 1,000 multiplied by this, so this forms only 12 hours of Brahma, or 1 day of Brahma. And similarly, Brahmaji has the same night, same amount of night. And what is the same duration of Brahmaji's night? 4 billion, 4.32 billion years. That's Brahmaji's night. So if we calculate one whole day of Brahma, it's going to be how much? 8.64 billion years, right? One whole day and night of Brahmaji. That's the duration of Brahmaji's day and night, 8.64 billion. Now this is just one day. Jai Shri Shri Radha Sharad Bihari Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mata Ki Jai. And now it has been described in these verses, starting from 23rd verse. It has been described that one day of Brahma, that means 12 hours of Brahmaji, that means 4.32 billion years, has in this years 14 Manus come. Now, who are the Manus? They are the rulers of Manavas, or they are the kings or the people through whom, everything just comes. Manus. And 14 Manus come in 12 hours of Brahmaji, which is equivalent to 4.32 billion years. Now, each and every Manu has a lifespan of how much? 24th we have seen, little over 71 yugas. So when we talk about 71 yugas, that means 71 Chaturyuga. 71 Chaturyugas. I know it's very confusing, huh? But we can still get it. And why it has been described is given at the end of this chapter too. So this duration of life of one Manu is given as 852,000 years in the calculation of demigods. But in the calculation of human beings, it's 306.72 million years. Huh? This is the lifespan of one Manu, and 14 such Manus come in one day of Brahma. Okay. Now, Brahmaji has a lifespan of how many years? 100 years. How many years? 100 years. Now, recently, how old our Brahmaji is? 50 years have passed of Brahmaji's life. Huh? And Brahmaji is in the first day of 51st year, our current Brahmaji. And in this first day of 51st year, 6 Manvantras or 6 Manus have already gone, or 6 Manvantras or the reign of Manus have already gone in this first day of the 51st year of Brahmaji. 6 Manvantaras or the lifespan of the Manus and their activities have already been done. Now, this is the 7th Manvantara in which we all are. And the speciality of every Manvantara, that 6 elements, 6 elements or 6 personalities always come with different Manus. Whenever Manu comes, then he brings along with him these 6 people, and these 6 people, who will be these 6 people with Manu, has been given in Canto 8th. And it has been described about all the 14 Manus. And after this Manu, who is the recent Manu? Vivaswar Manu or Shraddha Deva. So this is the name of our recent Manu, right? And this Manu, so let me first describe the 6 people who come with. So Manu comes, and then Manu Putras come, the descendants of Manu. Putras means sons of Manu. And who is going to become son of this Manu has already been everything. The names have been given in Canto 8th, if anyone wants to read. And these six personalities come. The reference is 12th Canto, chapter 7 and verse number 15. We can see. And as I said, Canto 8th also describe about the names of everybody, right? So our Manu's name is Vivatswat Manu. And he is the son of Vivaswan and Sadhya. Suryadev, and the Suryadev also have name Vivaswan and Sandhya. And Manuputras, the name Manuputras are also been given the name. So anyways, let me first explain. Manuputras, and then Devatas. Certain set of demigods come. Like, if I become Manu, somebody will take birth as my Manuputras, and then you are going to become the demigod with me when my reign is going to go. Somebody is going to become demigod, and someone else is going to become Sureshwara or Indra. Indra. So Indra is opposed. So the name of our Indra is Purandara. So he is Indra right now. And after this, if anyone remember, so Bali Maharaj, right now Bali Maharaj is in Sutal Loka. So Krishna, Vamandev told him that after this Bali, you are going to become next Indra. After this Indra, Purandara, you are going to become next. So in 8th Manvantara, this Bali Maharaj is going to become Indra. His name is going to be Bali. Right? So right now we have Indra, whose name is Purandara, and Sapta Rishis. 7 different sages. 7 different sages. And 1 Manvantar avatar also comes. So how many? Manus, Manuputras, Sureshwara, that's Indra, demigods, Devatas, Amsha Avatara, and Saptarishis, right? We covered 6. And if anyone wants to read about 8, 12, 7, 15 is the reference for these 6 personalities who come, right? So who are the sages? Who are the sages? Let me see. I just noted their names. Uh, Saptarishis are Kashyapa, Atri, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Gautama, Jamdagni, and Bhardwaj. So many times we have seen that this Vishwamitra, he was present in Salta Yuga, in Kali Yuga, in Draupar Yuga, in Treta Yuga, and looks like his life is never going to cease, right? Why? Because these Saptarishis, they are in the planets of Brahmaji, that 4 planets. And in 4 planets, they remain till the lifespan of Brahma. And they are there. But, the query can come. But Mataji, we just have seen that, Lotus came at the 51st year of the start of Brahma's second half of life. And Brahmaji was not able to see anybody, right? That was the query we can get. Brahmaji was not able to see anybody, and we just have read. So how can you are saying this? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary, he is saying that this happens because all the Sanakadis rishis and the sages, when Brahma sleeps at the end of 50th year, Brahmaji sleeps at the end of 50th year, a special kind of inhalation happens, wherein along with Brahma, all these personalities also go inside Garbhodakshai Vishnu's body. So they go inside the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and the Brahmaji is sleeping, he is sleeping too. And Brahmaji, in next chapter, we are going to see that Sankadik Rishis, Marichi, everybody is going to just appear. So they are there even in the half of the life of Brahmaji. So let me tell you that first 50 years of Brahmaji is called Paradha. What it called? Parada. Parada, one for a Parada is 50 years of Brahmaji's life. And rest of 50 year is also called Parada. So this is the second Parada started for Brahmaji. And how much is the lifespan of Brahma in terms of Parada? 2 Paradas. 2 Paradas. So 2 Paradas is the lifespan of Sri Brahmaji. And this 2 Parada is 1 breath of Mahavishnu. He just 2 Parada finish. He exhaled. Lots of universes came, and then Brahmaji. So I said in the start of discussion, the discussion is not yet over. But I said in the start of discussion that every topic, Bhagavatam is called Nava Lakshana. 9 characteristics which are describing only one Lakshan, or the 10th topic, which is Supreme Shelter, Ashraya Tattva. So even this chapter is going to take us there. We will see, we are going to see at the end of this chapter, 2 Paradas is one exhalation of Mahavishnu and 1 breath. So how strong and how supreme 1 plenary portion of Krishna. In chapter 10th of Bhagavad Gita, if anyone remembers here, Krishna is describing Arjuna about his opulences. And at the end, in 10.42, what Krishna is saying, Arjun, but what is the need of understanding all these opulences? know that with one fragment of me, I am pervading and supporting this entire cosmic manifestation. Krishna is talking about what one fragment in there? Krishna, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has given his explanation, and there that one fragment is Karmano Dakshai Vishnu. That plenary portion of the expansions of the expansions of the expansions, he is the incarnation, first Purusha Avatara. He is just the one fragment of the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is maintaining the entire cosmic manifestation. And Brahma's lifespan and the lifespan of all these rishis look like that it's never going to end. And many times we don't believe on the shastras. What we think this everything is just exaggeration. How could it be possible, right? Many times I heard devotees say that. So there is a Sanskrit word for this, actually. Now it's called Arthavad. Arthavad means when we think that the glories and the explanation which has been given is exaggeration, it's not the truth. And this is one of the biggest offense of falling down. So why this is not an exaggeration, this is the truth? Because if you tell an insect whose lifespan is only 2 hours, he just took birth and he just lays some eggs and just is going to die even less than 2 hours. Huh? So if you tell this insect, there is a human being whose lifespan is 100 years, what he's going to say, you are exaggerating. Don't even try to fool me, right? That's what this insect is going to say, right, Prabhuji? Huh? So similarly, when we read the truth which is given in the Shastras, we think, oh, everything is so much of the exaggeration. Who remember there is one Namaprad or one of the 10 offenses which depicts this Arthavad? Yeah, but what's the?
I know.
Yeah. It's thinking that the glories of Mahamantras which has been given to us is exaggeration. That one name can purify me. Huh? One name is enough. That thinking the glories of Harinam as exaggeration. That's Arthavad. So, anyways, my topic is not today Arthavad. It's this. So I am going to stick with it. So yeah. So 14 Manus come in a day of Brahmaji. And I have already spilled the beans why this time has been, calculation has been given just to glorify that how big the Supreme Mahavishnu is. And then in Bhagavad Gita, we have seen Krishna has said, he's just one fragment of mine. And with him, I'm just pervading all this cosmic manifestation. Now, I was talking about 4 types of inhalation, and why I'm bringing this, because this covers the content of our shloka number 28. Huh? So at the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution and everything is silent. Now, 4 types of annihilation or pralaya happens. So, first kind of pralaya is nitya pralaya or constant annihilation. For example, if I look at my pictures 10 years back, I feel that I used to look much younger than I am looking right now. And when I see my kids, like 8, 9 years ago, my older son, he was very small baby, and now he just became, big. So what is happening? Constant annihilation, constant destruction of the body is happening. Body is changing with the effect of time. This garland, if I just keep this garland even in the fridge, it's going to go for some days. But after that it's going to get stale. The freshness is going to go away. What's happening? Constant annihilation. Nitya pralaya. is happening. Nitya Pralaya. And the next, second kind of annihilation is occasional annihilation. Occasional annihilation. It has been said that at the end of every Manu, I just said, right, 14 Manus are there. So at the end of 14 Manu, even Srila Prabhupada has given in one of the translation here, that even at the end of every Manu, some destruction happen only in the earthly planet. Not everything is not destroying at that time, at the end of Manu. But in the occasional destruction, which we call as Naimittika and Pralaya. This Naimittika Pralaya from the Patal Loka. Patal Loka is the lowest planet. Lowest planet. So from Patal Loka up till Swarga Lokas, the annihilation happens. And how it happens? From the head of Shankarshana, because Sankarshana, he is holding these earthly planets. These earthly planets, by earthly planets, I mean that Earth is on the surface and rest of the Atal, Vital, Talatal, Atal, Vital, Talatal, Rasatal, Patal, all these planets are in the cavity of the Earth. And Shankarshana is holding his. Not the Swargalokas, only this earthly planet. So the fire comes out from the head of Sankarshana, and it has been given in further text verses we will read, not in further verses, I'm sorry, in Canto 2nd, chapter 4, types of annihilation. That rain comes out, and with the rain, everything just, get indented in waters. And then extreme fire, wind, everything goes and everything just get indented up till the Swargalokas. Everything get destroyed. That's called occasional destruction. And this destruction happened when the Brahma sleeps at his night. Right? So when Brahma sleeps in his night after after 14 Manus came, now Brahma's night arrived. So this is the situation has been explained what is happening at the night time of Brahma. In the 12 hours of Brahma, destruction happens. Up till the Swargalokas, all destruction happens. And when this, and the third kind of destruction or annihilation is called Naimittika. No, I just explained. Third kind is called Prakritik annihilation. Prakritik annihilation is what? When all the 23 elements, they go back and back and back and then merge into Mahatattva, and that Mahatattva goes back into Mahavishnu. That's called Prakritik annihilation. And at that time, all the living entities who did not make their way out of this material universe by not accepting the process of devotional service or any other process, they got merged again back into the body of Mahavishnu, and that's called Nirodha or dissolution. That they get relief from all the material suffering temporarily. And the fourth destruction is called Atyantika annihilation or Atyantika Pralaya. And this Atyantika Pralaya is when this living entity understood, okay, how everything is working, followed the process, and then got out of this material world and just get the Siddha Deha or the original constitutional position and go in the spiritual world. That's called Atyantika annihilation or the final annihilation. After this annihilation, this living entity never has to face annihilation again. No pralaya. So these are the four ranks of annihilation. But what is happening in this? This is the occasional annihilation happening after 12 hours of Sri Brahmaji, which has been explained. And in that, Lord takes the form of darkness of incarnation of Rudra. So Shankarshana is also called one of the expansions of Rudra. And he helps in the destruction of Bhu, Bhur, Bhuva and Swaha. Patala Loka, Mrityu Loka and Sargaloka. That occasional. Naimittika annihilation. So anyways, these are the annihilations. So the entire topic has been described just to explain that this is the lifespan of Brahma, and Brahmaji's lifespan is two paradhas, and we have discussed that two paradhas is extremely uh, big and big number, and this two parada is nothing but one breath of Mahavishnu. And this Mahavishnu, as explained in Krishna by Krishna to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, is nothing but one fragment portion of Krishna. So we can understand how magnanimous, how supreme Krishna is. He is the source of all everything, spiritual worlds, material world. That's why we are reading this calculation of time. So that if anybody has any doubt, we can tell that person, okay, come sit next to me. And then we can explain, how big and how great Lord Sri Krishna is. And also, this also explains that time is nothing but the potency of the Lord. Or we can say time is the manifestation of the supreme absolute truth in this material world. Because of time, everything is running. Past, present, and future is happening because of the presence of time. So that's time is very important. And whatever time has been given to us by scientists, nanoseconds, milliseconds, even time has the much smaller and subtler presence than that. So time is very powerful. Time is very, very powerful, and times work very powerfully in the material world. And because of the presence of time, everything is going on. And there is presence of time in spiritual world also. But time loses its effect. Because Krishna is supreme controller there. So Krishna says, okay, can you make 6 nights of this season? And the time is, okay, sir. And then everything happens like that. Everything is working under one control. There is Krishna. Here also, but Krishna is sending time as the representative of himself in this material. With this, I know this is a technical topic, but if we read it with the purports and the explanations given by our Srila Prabhupada, then this topic is going to become very, very easy for all of us. And we will be able to grasp and will be able to explain it to others. Honestly, I was not very confident for today's class. I'm still not. That I don't know what I have explained and how much everybody understood. I was thinking that, but I thought that I'm going to try my best. And I was thinking to make a presentation so that, visuals help. But again, I was not very confident of technology here. So please excuse me of all my mistakes I have committed in explaining. Please understand whatever mistakes I'm making, it's because of my faults and my not understanding the subject matter clearly. But if you have understood anything, that's because of my spiritual masters, my all the masters who are helping me in this path of spiritual life and guiding me. My Shravan gurus, my Bhajan gurus, my Siksha gurus, everybody. So credit goes to Srila Prabhupada, his purports, and previous acharyas. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, so I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you very much for a lovely class. It is extremely technical. And it is that you did a wonderful job breaking everything down. And I think my takeaway is that this is all very technical. And my takeaway of some of the topics in Bhagavatam is that some of the topics are just very technical and beyond my very small brain to understand. But the net of reading it, the purpose of reading it is just to really glorify the Lord and to glorify his devotees, but also to give us a little bit of a reassurance that everything is under his control. So he's giving us all of these technical explanations because also scientists are constantly trying to come up with their own theories on so much of these things. But those who study the Vedas, when I was giving class last week, I was referencing the Surya Siddhanta. And also it's been highly referenced in a lot of the scientific findings recently that the scientists are finding correlations, like go directly back to the exact same calculations that
Yes.
were found in the Bhagavatam. So
Yeah.
if nothing else, it can also increase our faith that these things have been provided so that we can see that it's all under proper arrangement. We
Yes.
don't have to be so concerned. It's not chaos here. It's the atheistic view of the world as chaos,
Yeah.
right? That is the atheistic
Yes.
perspective, is that this world is chaos. But if when we read Bhagavatam properly and with the proper parampara guidance, then we can see that actually that's not true. The world is actually completely constructed, 100% orderly.
Yep.
And calculated down to the minutest detail
Yeah.
by the Lord. And so then we have that faith and reassurance, even because it's so big, we can't quite wrap our heads around. It. Very nice class today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, you added really, really nicely. That's what we are reading so that our faith can cultivate more and more. And also we can see things in the light of Shastras. That's very important. Many times I have heard people saying, oh, Shastra is not practical. Well, how many times you have read Shastra and what? Because Shastra is giving answer to everything. You remember we have in Canto second, we have chapter, I think it's chapter 9, that chapter 9 or chapter 10. Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions, and that's just so true. If we refer, even how to enjoy is given in Shastras. How a person, a sense gratifier, gratifies his own sensor is given in the Shastras. So what to talk about other thing? Everything is given. You go and get the answer. Yes, bro.
Just to follow up with what my wife said, I read astrophysics and study star stuff a lot, and I have for years, and I find the science of astrophysics, what's happening in the greater world, fascinating. And I often hear this discussion within like the Vedic or this kind of like the war on Maya, or the atheists are bad and we have this. Whereas to me, like what you just said, this verse particularly, I loved your class because it's a building of faith to me also for things I've read before and things that I know about science too. Like in some ways, they're saying, like you were saying, the same thing that a similar, very similar thing, sense of size, scale of time. Even Stephen Hawking talks about this, the scale of time. Really, he sums it up very much like what we just read.
Yeah.
The size of time, and we talk about the size of an atom or a quark, or the micro size of time
Yeah.
versus the grand scale of time. So to me, I see this article, this verse is a perfect way to find a symbiotic relationship between and a connection between scientific, what we would say scientists or atheists who are saying bad things, but they're not bad, they're just perceiving it from a different way. So to find common ground and as opposed to saying they're wrong or them saying religion is wrong, that it's not, neither are necessarily wrong, it's just a matter of communication and listening.
Yeah, that's true, Prabhu. That's really true. I mean, science, it goes up to a certain level,
Right.
but Bhagavatam is going till way beyond, yes, way beyond. And then, when we read, oh, okay, it's, science has its own limit because again, it's being discovered by the limited brain of human being. But what's given here, this Shastra, this Shabda Brahma is equivalent to Parabrahma, right? It's equivalent to the Supreme Lord. You have any
Right.
question? Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
Even Einstein and Hawking and Gaurangi and all these other scientists said the same thing you said. Like they can only perceive and calculate and understand the universe through their measures of science.
Yeah.
But they eat. Einstein was a very simple man, and
Yes.
saying that he couldn't understand everything.
Yeah.
And he knew that there was understandings within
Yeah.
religion. He had read some things
Yeah.
in Eastern philosophy too.
I read somewhere that Newton said that, I'm just collecting the pebbles on the surface of the shore, on the side of the shore. I mean, that's so much humility in Newton. And then I can see that scientists, I don't know about recent scientists, but scientists who have discovered such big, big things, they also accepted the presence of the Supreme. They are not just, they came out and they said, oh, I am the one who is doing everything. So they accepted that the Lord is, there is supreme power existing somewhere, and whatever they are discovering is not entire entirety. I have read this about Newton too. You are right, Prabhu. I have read even about Einstein. I have read that he was a very humble man. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so I heard like I've read it. Believe maybe Prabhupada also. Wherever science ends, that's where the spirituality starts. And wherever the science ends, that's where the spirituality starts. That's why the scientists cannot perceive their measuring scale, as I said. Beyond that, they cannot even think about it. And as you see, like, how our Shastras are giving perfect statement. Brahma's life is this much, this Yuga cycle is this much, but not maybe or it can be.
Yeah.
But if we see any scientist statements,
Maybe.
there will always be a word called maybe or could be.
Yes.
Without
Yes.
without that, they cannot write a statement.
Yes.
But how our Shastras are saying it is this many years. Perfect. There's no plus or minus, any tolerance, there is nothing. It is this much means this much.
Yes.
There's no if and conditions.
Yes.
So that's how Shastras are, they're prominent. Like, but they are they give us the real knowledge. So that's why, and also if you see, like, from when India was ruled by so many different people, so a lot of people, Europeans came to India to rob so many things. Like, for example, the Dutch, they took a lot of spices. The Britishers took a lot of money, rubies. Germans, what they did, they took a lot of Vedic scriptures.
They were smart.
They took a lot of Vedic scriptures. That's why that kind of, they built their mathematics. And they even have those kind of scriptures, even some of the scriptures, which even India doesn't have. And those scientists, they used to refer those scriptures, and then that's where the big scientists always used to refer.
Yeah.
So that's why they were humble. They knew that there is
Supreme power.
spirituality beyond this. Now, because science has become so much, if they have to speak like that, then they have to accept the scriptures. Then their value is no value. But they will not get Nobel Prizes. They will not get the name fame. So that's why they don't want to go that side. So that's what the part is. But it cannot hide. Spirituality doesn't need anybody's, as you said, Mataji, that history is only for this earth. But Puranas are for the whole universe. History is only for this earth. History, like, talks about only this earth planet. But Puranas are for the whole universe.
Yeah.
So like that's how greater Sanatana Dharma is. It talks about Purana that is happening in many people. And we know that scientists, they say, like, I have some years back, I've read, like, the science, there was a news came in the news saying that there could be some different sun than our sun possible. I said, yes, we know not only sun, there are different, many universes. We know the Bhagavatam says that. You're just saying, and they're saying maybe. No, not maybe.
No, it's
It is there.
Yeah.
You don't know, it doesn't mean that it is not there.
Limited vision,
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah.
You don't know, it doesn't mean that it is not there. It is there. So that's how it is. Mother, I have one question.
Can I take their first, because I want them to go? Just give me a second. Anyone online has any question? But Prabhu, I'm coming back. If not, then they can go. Anybody has any question or any comments? Comments is fine, but cautions you have. If not, then we can just stop our class here, because here discussion is going on. So if anyone wants to remain online, they are more than welcome. Anybody? Okay, let me count. 1, 2.
First, I want to say it was a very nice class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice.
You are right on time, Mataji. Thank you. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
So
Yes.
one question, Mataji,
Yeah.
Mataji, can I just request something?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm going to leave the YouTube and Zoom
Yes.
on, but can you please repeat the questions or comments that they're making so we can hear that also, so we understand the context?
Okay, so you want me to repeat the questions? Okay, I will.
Thank
Sorry.
Okay. Mataji, my question is, as we know that there are many universes.
Yeah.
So there are different Brahmas also, like our Brahma is Chaturmukha Brahma. So my question is like, as we know that our Brahma has 100 years. So likewise, so there are different Brahmas. So do they also have different lifetimes?
So, Prabhu, time works differently everywhere. I mean, so we have the knowledge of our own universe and Brahmaji in here, but we do find the reference of other Brahmas, so who has 1,000 heads,
10 heads,
60 hands in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. We find the reference when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining, is giving the story. You know the story, right? So, sorry, the question is that there are several universes, and in those universes, there are Brahmas. Our Brahmaji has 4 heads. Other Brahmas might be having, not might be, having 1,000 heads, 10,000 heads, 500 heads, other universes. The question is the time works the same, or the lifespan of Brahmaji is same for all the universes? What we find out, what we know from our Shastra is that this whole cosmic manifestation, all the billions of universes are working just in one breath of Mahavishnu. That much we know that, right? And and this material universe, our universe has been given as a sample study for all of us so that we can study this material universe, right? And other universes, they also have their own Shabda Brahma. This Brahma, Shabda Brahma means this Vedic scriptures, Aparusha Vedic scriptures. So I never read that, so I don't know. But what we understand from our scripture, that lifetime of Brahmaji in this universe is this, not in this universe, in this material universe. It's 2 paradas, and 2 paradas we have seen is a big long time, and Brahmaji lives for 2 paradas, and that's one breath of Lord Mahavishnu. So other Brahmajis might be having different life, and that calculation might be different. But that's not explained here as much as my knowledge and understanding is concerned. But if there is any other understanding, and it's given in any other kind of Shastras, maybe I can do
No,
a
I
research.
think it's not given in Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
But
So that's
I
what
thought
is
if-
given.
If you know, like, because I haven't read it anywhere, so that's curiosity came to my mind.
Yeah, I did not, but read it either. Whatever I have read, because scriptures are vast, so I cannot say that I have read everything. So whatever I have read, I did not find, but the reference of other Brahmajis from other universes are there.
My other question is like, so one of the classes, like, I was then like, one of the classes out here, so
Bhagavatam?
no, in a Sunday fees class, I believe. So one particular devotee was saying that it is when the blink of the eye of Karnadaksha Vishnu, all the universes are annihilated, and then
Yeah.
when they open the eyes, then they are created.
Yes.
So then how is this different than inhaling and exhaling?
So blink of the eyes is given. Blink of the eyes means when Krishna or Karanadakshay Vishnu, even Garbhodakshay Vishnu we have seen Prabhu in this chapter. In the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he is explaining how this first day of 51st year of Brahmaji comes. Garbhodakshay Vishnu's navel, Brahmaji is coming. And when he blinks, then everything just got separated. It's just like, I have sand in my hand, and when I open my hand, all the sand just go away. So the Kala Shakti, which this Mahavishnu, Karunadaksha Vishnu is glancing on the Prakriti. When he blinks, then all that Shakti's connection is disconnected, and everything just fall apart. Dissolution happened at that time. So dissolution happened, and that's what happens? It's one blink. You don't know in one blink you might be taking one, it's just one breath. We call it, it's given there one breath as well as the one blink of Mahavishnu. So when till the time Mahavishnu's one, the eyes are open, this Srishti is there. Once his eyes are closed, all the Shaktis are disconnected. Kali Shakti, Sambharan Shakti, this external potency also have um, Vidya, Avidya, Pradhana, Prakriti. These are four components of Maya. Everything just got disconnected. Just like, I have sand in not the sand is not a good example because sand just goes from, I have something in my hand and if I do like that, open my hand, everything just fall off. So everything is glued because the eyes of Mahavishnu is still open. When he blinks or Garbhodakshaya Vishnu blinks, and then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is going to blink at the end of the Brahma's lifespan. And when he blinks, everything is going to go back. And when Mahavishnu blinks, everything is going to go back inside him. All the 23 elements, everything is going to just scattered. I mean, and become a matter, right? Param Mahan, before dissolution. Everything is going to go back into his body from where it has been come from the very beginning. From Mahavishnu is the one who is dealing with Maya and Jiva. He is the one who is dealing with these two Prakritis. Krishna is not dealing with Jiva. He is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Mameva Vancho Jivuloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatan. They are my energy, marginal energy, but he is not directly dealing with Jivas.
Correct. So what so far, what you're saying is basically the blinking of the eye is actually as equivalent of inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah, I mean, yes, inhaling in Randra Kupas of the eye, yes, and blinking of the eyes. So it is also given what you are saying, blinking of eye of Mahavishnu is given to that. He blinks and everything just vanish. And everything just now Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu remains in the Virija river alone. Not alone, his potencies are there with him. His potencies are there. And in this verse we have read, everything became silent. The meaning of the became silent, Vishwanath ji is giving, meaning of being silent means Lord has put a pause onto his pastimes right now, external pastimes with the external potency. Pause. So everything just became silent.
Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna, sorry for the long class. We started on time, but technical difficulties happened. But thank you so much, all of you, for joining online all the time. Thank you very much for giving your precious time. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful day. Today is Atlantic City Rath Yatra. So we are going to see